Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're really into the Eagles, you know that the team is always full of surprises, especially when it comes to roster moves that could have a ripple effect on their season. And today, we've got some interesting news that might seem small on the surface, but could have some serious implications for the Eagles' depth and strategy as they gear up for what promises to be an intense season. Recently, the team announced that they decided to waive offensive lineman Kenyon Green. Yes, you heard that right, Kenyon Green, the former first-round pick, is no longer part of the Eagles' roster. This move might come as a surprise to many, especially considering Green's potential and the fact that he was acquired from Houston just this past offseason. Green, who was selected 15th overall in the 2022 NFL Draft, was supposed to be a key piece for the Texans, a young guard with a lot of promise. Over his 2 seasons in Houston, he started 23 of 27 regular season games, showing that the coaching staff there trusted him as a foundational part of their offensive line. But things haven't quite panned out as expected, and the Eagles, always looking to refine and strengthen their roster, decided to give him a fresh start elsewhere. Interestingly, Green was inactive for the Eagles' season opener against the Dallas Cowboys, a game that ended in a narrow 24-20 victory for Philadelphia. That game showed the resilience and grit of the Eagles, especially on defense, with players like Byron Young and Jihad Campbell making key plays, including forcing a fumble that helped turn the tide. Zach Bond and Jihad Campbell also played pivotal roles in that game, showcasing the depth and versatility of the Eagles' defense. But back to the roster moves, Green's departure leaves an open spot on the 53-man roster, a crucial opening as the team prepares for their next challenge, a tough matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs next Sunday. Now, the decision to waive Green isn't just about the player himself. It speaks volumes about the team's strategic approach. The Eagles have been known for their meticulous roster management, always aiming to optimize their depth, especially along the offensive line and defensive front. After Green was waived, the team quickly signed him to the practice squad, which is a testament to the potential they see in him, but they also wanted to keep their options open as they evaluate other players. And just a day after waiving Green, the Eagles made another significant move. They signed Zadarius Smith, a veteran defensive end, to bolster their pass rush. Smith brings a wealth of experience and a proven track record of applying pressure on quarterbacks, something the Eagles have been keen on improving this season. His addition could be a game-changer, especially in high-stakes matchups like the upcoming game against Kansas City. Meanwhile, to make room for Smith, the Eagles placed fullback Ben Van Sumeren on injured reserve, a move that indicates the team's focus on strengthening the defensive line while managing their roster carefully. This series of moves shows how the Eagles are balancing short-term needs with long-term growth. The team is clearly confident in their current core, but also understands that injuries and the unpredictability of football require them to stay flexible. Green's waiver is a strategic move, opening a spot for Smith, who could significantly impact the team's ability to pressure the opposing quarterback and force turnovers, something that's been a focus for Philadelphia this season. Looking at Green's journey, it's a reminder of just how competitive and fast-paced the NFL is. A player like Green, who was a first-round pick and started so many games in Houston, can find himself waived just a year later if things don't click perfectly with the new team or system. The Eagles saw potential in him during training camp and preseason, but ultimately, roster spots are limited, and decisions have to be made based on what gives the team the best chance to win now and in the future. And for the Eagles fans, this move is also about watching how the team continues to evolve. The addition of Zadarius Smith could bring an immediate upgrade to the pass rush, which has been a critical area for improvement. Smith has shown in past seasons that he can generate pressure, force sacks, and create turnovers, all of which are vital for a team aiming for another deep playoff run. His presence on the line could help free up other defenders, allowing them to be more aggressive and unpredictable. Meanwhile, the team's offensive line remains a key focus for fans and analysts alike. Green, as a guard, was expected to bring stability and youth to that line, but sometimes, even promising players don't fit the system or chemistry needed for success. The Eagles have a talented group up front, and while Green's departure might seem like a setback, it's all part of the bigger picture of roster optimization. As the Eagles prepare for their next game against the Chiefs, the focus will be on how these roster moves translate into on-field performance. The Chiefs, led by their star quarterback and explosive offense, will pose a significant challenge. The Eagles' defense, which already showed resilience against Dallas, will need to step up even more, especially with new faces like Smith bringing fresh energy and experience. The offensive line, despite the roster shakeups, must continue to protect Jalen Hurts and create running lanes for their talented backs. And speaking of Jalen Hurts, he's been a pivotal figure this season, showing leadership and growth. His ability to extend plays and make smart decisions has been crucial for the Eagles' success so far. But as always, it's a team effort. The defense, now bolstered by Smith, and the coaching staff's game plan will play huge roles in determining whether the Eagles can maintain their momentum and stay ahead in the NFC East. The NFC East itself remains one of the most competitive divisions in the league. The Eagles have been at the top in recent years, but every game and every roster move counts. The Dallas Cowboys, the Giants, and even Washington are all looking for ways to catch up, and Philadelphia knows that staying ahead requires constant adjustments and smart management. These roster moves, although small on paper, could be pivotal in the long run, especially if Smith can bring the pass rush to new heights, or if the team finds a suitable replacement for Green that fits their scheme better. And let's not forget, the Eagles have a rich history of making strategic moves that pay off in the postseason. From their Super Bowl-winning team in 2017 to recent deep playoff runs, their management and coaching staff always look for ways to gain an edge. This season, the focus on strengthening the defense with players like Zadarius Smith, while managing the offensive line and roster depth, shows a mature and calculated approach. It's a reflection of how seriously the Eagles take their goal of returning to the Super Bowl and finally getting that second Lombardi trophy. In the bigger picture, these roster decisions also reflect the current state of the NFL, where flexibility and adaptability are key. The league is more competitive than ever, with every team trying to find that extra edge, whether through draft picks, trades, or waiver wire moves. The Eagles, with their talented roster and smart management, are no different. They're always looking for ways to improve, to push their limits, and to stay ahead of the pack. So, as fans, we should keep an eye on how this plays out. The addition of Zadarius Smith could be a game-changer, providing that much-needed pass rush boost. Green's departure might seem like a setback, but it's part of the ongoing strategic chess match that the Eagles are playing every season. The team's focus remains on winning, on building a resilient roster capable of handling the rigors of an NFL season, and on giving Jalen Hurts the best possible supporting cast. Looking ahead, the game against Kansas City will be a real test for the Eagles. It's not just about the scoreboard, but about how well the team adapts to these roster changes and whether the new pieces can come together quickly. The Eagles' coaching staff will need to craft a game plan that maximizes their strengths and exploits the Chiefs' vulnerabilities. And with Smith now in the mix, the pass rush could be more aggressive, disrupting Patrick Mahomes and forcing turnovers, something Philadelphia has been striving for all season long. And in terms of the division, this move emphasizes how serious the Eagles are about maintaining their dominance. They know that every game counts, and staying ahead of the division rivals means making smart, calculated roster decisions. The NFC East is always a battleground, and the Eagles want to ensure they're at the top of that heap. This is a team that's not just trying to make the playoffs, they're aiming for another Super Bowl appearance, and every move they make is geared toward that ultimate goal. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this move? Do you think Zadarius Smith will make a big impact on the team's pass rush? Are you disappointed with Green's departure, or do you see it as a necessary step for the team's growth? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see how this season unfolds. Keep supporting the Eagles, keep believing, and let's see if they can make another deep run and bring that trophy back home. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Birds.